What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Royalty Podcast. I'm Hannah and I'm here with my sister Simone. We are recapping this season of The Amazing Race 38, and today we are joined by two very special guests. Now, what I will say about these two is if you're one of those people who comes in halfway through an episode, then you've never seen them in your life because they would always finish the leg within the first 15 minutes of the episode. But we have Tucker from season 26 of Big Brother. He won AFP, and his lovely older brother Eric. They're not twins, shockingly. You guys look so much alike today.
Almost
Yeah.
identical.
Yeah, I copied his hairstyle today. Let's go. Wait,
Thank-
wait. There you go.
oh,
Wait.
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here, guys. You guys dominated this season. Simone and I, by the time we left, were convinced that you weren't real humans, and we were like, do they have a single flaw? So I wish you could join us under better circumstances. But thank you again for being here. And how are you guys?
Oh, no, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We're
Always
doing
great
great.
to see you guys. Yeah, we're great. We're great. It's not the ending we hoped for, but I think there's more to be learned when you lose versus win. So we're just at home sharpening our tools, hoping we get
That's
called
right.
back, baby.
Yeah, we're staying ready.
Okay, called back for what? Are we hoping to go on the challenge? Are we hoping to go on?
Amazing Race All Stars, baby.
Okay, season
We're ready.
40?
Heck
Yeah, we're ready in the drop of a hat. Season 40, season 50, just let us know. We'll be ready.
Yes. Well, if they give you guys the option to bring two friends to race with you guys,
You
we
can beat
gladly
us.
volunteer.
You can beat us. So bring us.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get into it because Wednesday's episode was obviously very juicy. I definitely think it was the most dramatic episode of the season. And Simone and I weren't there. You said what?
Didn't even see the half of it.
Yeah, okay. So I want to get into that because Simone and I weren't there. And so we are just as curious as everyone else. So you guys leave Bucharest, Romania. You guys just came off of like 4 first place finishes, and then Jag and Jazz won. Wait, no. Jag and Jazz, no. Wait.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
last episode, Jag and Jazz did take first place, right? Because of the taxi situation.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Oh. Care to share with the class?
No.
I don't think we can.
Yeah, no. That's everything you said is correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So 4 first place finishes in a row. Maybe semantics with the very last leg. Jag and Jazz end up beating you guys by just a couple minutes. But you guys were doing really, really well. And now you find out that you're going to Athens, Greece. So what were you guys thinking in that moment? Were you excited? Had you guys ever been to Greece before?
Yeah, no, we were super fired up. Our parents met in Greece and Santorini.
Oh, no way.
We were talking a lot about that for like that episode, and Eric loves history. I love some history stuff. I mean, we're all super. I mean, we're dudes, you know. So anything like Roman and Greek culture is sick. And yeah, I mean, we've been to other spots, like been to Rome and stuff, but no, this was a very special and exciting, I think, place for us to go.
Yeah, I mean, we were fired up like pretty much everywhere we were going. Croatia was definitely on our list, so when we ripped the clue and read that, we were fired up, and then Greece right up there as well. And our thinking was, hey, we just barely didn't win that last leg. Like let's go win the next one. So we were super excited and just ready to compete as always.
Okay, so, and Simone, please interrupt me if you feel like I'm talking too much because that.
Oh my gosh, not even, Hannah Vivian. I know you're killing it.
You're
I
so
don't know how much Simone just loves to interrupt all the time.
Simone is literally the most perfect human being.
Oh my gosh, not as perfect as you guys.
You're so nice. Okay, so I want to go back to you guys being ready to, like, you guys are competitors. You guys grew up doing wrestling. You're very versatile as athletes, but also, like, Tucker, you have some experience in the performance arts. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So talk to me about how you guys trained for the race, especially living in two separate cities. What was that process like for you? And you had just gotten out of the Big Brother house not even like 5 months before.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We watched a ton of episodes. We basically would try to watch over FaceTime together, and if not, we'd be watching the same season and try to finish at the same time and move on to the next thing.
And we would do like a couple other things we would do together. We had the same app that we used to like study the flags and whatnot, and then we did. He came up to Boston to do stick shift training. Shout out my friend Carmen.
Carmen, you're a legend.
Yeah, another wrestling from college.
Saved
the only person I knew who had a manual car. So
and it was an older manual car, so it was good to learn on that car because it wasn't easy. Eric was doing it. Absolutely hilarious. I was like getting out of the car and filming him and cracking up. But it was like the perfect car that was hard to use, but only made all the other cars that we used easy because they were all basically brand new. And
and then besides that, just a lot of like actual training. I was like fully sober for the few months leading up to leaving for the Amazing Race, and training like a madman. So I was my best self coming into the Amazing Race. I was in elite shape and mentally super clear from just being sober and everything. So I was locked and loaded.
Because you were simultaneously. Oh, so sorry to interrupt. I was going to say the exact same thing. that you were training for the Boston Marathon.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So, there was a lot of it was a great overlap. Getting in shape for the marathon got me in great shape for Amazing Race, and at the marathon it was kind of like you can sort of zone out and just like, hey, you're going to be running for several hours. So there's like you can kind of mentally relax as you're doing it. So then to be able to be training for the Amazing Race at the same time, like that was bringing me, I'm just like visualizing like competing in something, whether it's like some rowing thing or whatever. Like I was so locked in and so ready to go. So they both complemented each other a lot though.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll say.
Okay, and what about you, Tucker? What did you do in New York to train?
Well, I'm always training, so I just kept my training regimen up. Eric running for the marathon, and obviously knowing we were going to do Amazing Race, I was running a lot more, doing swimming stuff, jump roping, all that, which I typically normally do, but it was just more so endurance versus weightlifting, and then what? I mean, the stick shift stuff worked. Eric was covering the flags and the maps and whatever. So we were just like anytime something popped up in another episode, we would call each other and be like, "Oh, dude, this might be a thing. You cover that, or I'll cover this." And just trying to keep it on our mind, but not stress out about it. Just do whatever felt right and
lock in.
Now, did you guys practice for the dance challenges at all? I must know.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, no, like, I don't have much of a dance background at all, but, wrestling, like, you're very, very coachable, very, like, spatially aware, very bodily aware. So, if there's a trainer or a teacher or a coach saying, hey, you got to step a little bit more this way or do this, that, or the other, like, I felt like we have a good baseline for that, just in terms of being, sort of bodily awareness and coachability. Maybe not so much rhythm and whatnot, but I feel like we had a good base, so that wasn't something that I was like, oh, we need to do X, Y, Z to be primed for the dance challenges. So
and like some of my acting classes, all you do is you just the teacher plays a song, everyone stands in a circle, and they point at someone, and you just have to dance. Well, everyone in the circle dances how you're dancing. It's to get you out of your body. You do that for a whole song, and so it's like 2 hours of dancing to warm up for a class that's all day long. So that, and I take in class
2-hour warm up.
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely drenched in sweat, and just because there's like 16 to 20 people in there, and it's a song per person, and it's whatever. Anyway, then I've done Broadway Dance Center and stuff. So yeah,
Oh my gosh, wait, no way.
taking some hip hop classes. Trying to get in some break classes, whatever.
Oh my gosh. Wait, Hannah, have you ever been to Broadway?
I have, yes.
That's on my bucket list to go. Broadway and then Brick
BG3.
House.
Oh, I've been to both.
Yeah, I know that you've been to Brick House. Sorry, guys.
Wow, you
Got
can't talk.
Yeah.
Tucker's like,
Yeah.
Oh my God, BBC. I just love, what was her name? Ephraim there. She was a great break teacher. Anyway.
Wait.
Sorry, go ahead, Simone.
Oh, no. I was just going to ask, did either of you practice singing?
No,
Oh.
we don't practice singing. I can.
Maybe in the shower.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always down to rip up some karaoke and stuff, and I can do.
Oh, we have seen.
Yeah, so I've gotten a lot better at being comfortable singing because I'm not trying for Tucker to sing. I'm mimicking someone else, and it makes it more comfortable in my head.
Yeah, who is it? Louis Armstrong.
That's right. I can do Louis Armstrong all day long.
Okay. So I want to get back into the race. Tucker, you had just come out of the Big Brother house not even 5 months before. So what was that? Because it can be a lot to decompress from that environment.
Yeah.
What was it like coming off of that, but immediately throwing yourself into training for another show, knowing you're going to be on camera again? And this time, the stakes are higher because there's more money that you're competing for, and also you're doing it with a loved one. So there's that added pressure of, I don't want to let myself down, but I don't want to let my partner down either. What was that like?
I mean, I just love competition and stuff, and so to be considered for it, I was just like, hell yeah! And the second Eric was down, made me extra fired up. So I mean, yeah, it was. I definitely hadn't got my sleep schedule back whatsoever when I was out of the Big Brother house. That's something that I'm a professional sleeper, and that's something that I was like, dude, I can't do this. We could be in the car driving, Eric and my other brother, and we'll be talking, and I can just nod off for 20 minutes easily, and then wake back up. And now my brain was still running, but I just was still in that game mindset. So I felt almost more ready than if they called me, now. It would be. I was still sharp. I was still fired up, and the being on camera stuff, I love it. So that doesn't bother
I would have never known.
I look forward to that stuff. Some people get
I
very nervous. I'm like Enzo. I'm like, yo, what's up? What are you doing over here? I love it.
Okay. Well, Simone and I were just curious about what you guys did to train because, again, you guys were almost like well-oiled machines, and Simone and I also don't live in the same city, and I was studying for my big board exam, and so her and I were not really able to train, and also we didn't grow up with physical maps. We only know the iPhone, and so the first time I think I held a physical map was when you and I were training for the race, and it was difficult.
Training. Because our version of training with navigation is we would be okay, let's go from our house to this place in this town, and then on our drive there we'd be oh my gosh, that coffee shop looks so cute, let's go in there instead, and then we would just abandon the mission.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
We ended up going shopping instead, and I think that
Something like that. Yeah.
That's what we did on the race too. So you guys.
Oh, exactly.
Honestly, I think we have to credit it all to the ice cream because after that we locked in.
You guys just need that sweet treat.
Wait,
No, your late on the race was just one long sugar high for the rest of it.
That's right.
No, that was insane. That you guys were able to stop for fridge magnets. You were able to stop for ice cream. You got Phil ice cream, and you still beat us by 15 minutes.
Well, I mean,
to be fair, we did know where to go.
Yeah, we had already been to that clue box that you needed to go to, and the pit stop. So
Eric saw the store running over to the spot before or whatever. He was like, "We're gonna pass the store. I know there's one."
So we knew exactly where to go. We left that detour and we saw you two looking for direction. So we're like, hey, if it's a foot race, we probably have a good chance. Plus,
do you
they
mean?
don't have to get directions. Plus, we don't have to get directions. So we're like, dude, we probably have like a 10-minute grace period here where we
Yeah.
can do this. So we're like, all right, fridge magnets, baby, it's time.
Yeah.
It just came about.
And I think we might have seen, like, on our way to the clue box, we saw your camera crew outside of some shop, and we were like, did the camera crew decide to take a break? Like, are they?
Yeah.
So confused. And we were like, Tucker and Eric must be around here somewhere. But like, we had passed by Natalie and Steph doing their interviews at the pit stop. And
Yeah.
so we knew where the pit stop was. We just didn't know where that clue box was beforehand. And we were like, this definitely is not the pit stop. So like, what is going on with Eric and Tucker? But anyway, we'll worry about them
And
later.
it was
Yes, and then when we
to run
You said what?
from that clue box to the palace was like
It was like probably a mile and a half or something.
yeah.
yeah, they were not close to each other.
No. We did so many steps that day. I want to say
Yeah,
that
it
was
was-
probably
Yeah, so much.
like the most.
And it was off of like a 30-hour travel day. Like,
Yes.
I think that's why Eric and I, when we saw the clue box, we were like, yeah,
Yeah, well,
we're
We
done.
were being like, oh wow, like I thought there was at least another detour. Like, I guess
Yeah.
we took a break after all that travel. And it was like,
Yeah.
that's not how it works out.
No, Eric's face was so funny. The little like
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you guys are the fourth to finish, but you didn't
I'm
do
like-
the detour. I was like, oh,
And I'm like,
Wait, so
we
you guys
gotta go right now, dude. We gotta leave. Like, we gotta go back.
went straight from the tower to the clue box and then the pit stop. So you really thought like we just walked that plank and this is it.
Yeah, I mean, like basically, because basically we finished the tower, and then get the directions of like where to go. And one of the things that we were doing was like not just the directions, but also looking at like the Google images of right there. And one was like this big building essentially. And so we get out of the subway, and I think we need to take a left. And then Tucker's like, no, there's that building right there. Like that's the one that we saw. And I was like, dude, I'm like almost positive it said to go left. And then we're like sort of going back and forth, and then it's like, oh well, there's a clue box right there. Like,
let's go get this
I thought
clue.
we needed to go left, but like clearly not. Like here's the clue box, so like don't ask questions, just go. And then it was like go to the pit stop. We're like,
Okay.
yeah.
Eric's like, oh, the funniest part, Eric's like, thank you, Phil. And then like as we're running to the tower, we see and hear the drone, and it's like coming right at us. So Eric and I are like, let's go. Like doing this stuff to the drone, and then like we get in there and all that happens, and then like on our way jogging out of the palace, we're just cracking up. We're like, dude, those drone shots are gonna be hilarious.
yeah, they could have roasted us.
Yeah, I was like,
on
we
those.
have to do something on the way back. So that on the way back, we're like running and doing stuff to the drone too, and it was so funny. There's so much good footage that's not used.
For sure. Especially during those travel days, because I don't know about you guys. I mean, I think you guys were a lot more in the zone than Simone and I were. Simone and I were really just there for a good time. But we had so much fun during those travel days, just getting to know the other teams, getting to know,
for sure.
I was such a big fan of Angela, and I was such a big fan of yours, Tucker, and I was such a big fan of this person and that person, and like getting to meet your loved ones, and I guess learning a bit more about like why you are the way you are through your loved ones. That was really fun for me and Simone. What would you guys say was the most fun part of the whole experience?
Oh man, that's so hard to say.
I mean, without that, there was, I think, like, I wasn't expecting to have time to have the bonds that I did with other castmates, too. Like you guys, Eric and I loved watching you guys when we were, like, just chilling on the trains. We're like, dude, they're so much like us. Look at them. They're just having a blast together, just being sisters, which was really refreshing because I think you don't see that too often. And like, Izzy and Paige, it was just fun to get to meet like new people that I can tell and be friends with forever, Izzy and Paige were awesome. Eric and I love them too. I mean, Alex and Kat were so great. Jack and Enzo, just for the people like I didn't know, Jack and Enzo are like the funniest dudes ever, dude. I could just listen to that man talk forever. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Now he needs to have his own podcast.
Yeah, seriously.
Where he's like the
honestly, like, at the risk of just sounding sort of too diplomatic or whatever, like it was really just everything. I mean, if I had to pick one thing, it was it was just the high stakes competition. Like that was just so fun. Of like, hey, just go and race around and do this like as fast as you can. There's 10 other teams trying to do the same exact thing. I'm like, all right, let's go. Like to me,
it's not like backyard competitions you can set up yourself. You know, like these are. This is like legit. So, it's like because some people remake the Big Brother stuff and do those things. I mean, yeah, some of these, but like majority of them, you have to be in that place and have a ton of money to make this happen. So
so I think that was like that's what I think. I don't know, made me feel like most like alive and most like just I don't know, gave me like the most satisfaction out of it. But then the times there's more downtime and traveling and getting to know the other castmates that you're racing with. Even just like back at the hotel where you can't do anything, you're just there hanging with your brother or your loved one, and
so much fun in these hotel rooms.
we heard.
We were always next to you guys, and the walls were kind of thin, and we could always hear you. So we would hear a ton of "Let's go,
let's go."
Hear, Eric pacing back and forth because you were training for the marathon.
Oh yeah.
We would hear, I think at one
music.
point we put on Motown's Greatest Hits, and we were like, "Oh, that's Chelsea and Jack next to us." And then at some point we see Tucker and Eric, and we were like, "What does Tucker know about Motown?" Okay, listen, these boys are full of surprises. We heard the multiple breakfasts because I think you guys got like 4 breakfasts every morning.
And then after that,
because they just gave me brownies for breakfast.
And that's when they stopped, letting us get multiple. It was like only 1 meal per person. After that, it was like, dude, you guys are giving us not enough food, and then the food you're giving us is like bread, sugar, carbs, and bread, and you're like, dude, can I get some vegetables? Can I get some meat? Like, So we would just we would splurge and take advantage of those of the room service and then they locked that down.
And one of the funny room things at one point, like Eric and I are just bummed. It's like we had like a hard boiled egg was like the thing we had for breakfast that day, and Eric's just he eats a ton and I mean same here, but we both get hangry and Eric's just like. He's like, dude, I can't believe this shit, dude. It's like so annoying, bro. And then hey, at least we got a brownie for you. And so anytime we'd be racing or whatever, and just like if at any point to make the other one laugh, we'd just be like, hey, don't worry, I got you a brownie. Out of just super out of context.
Like, every meal they gave you, there was dessert. It was like, dude, I don't want a brownie for breakfast. Can I trade a brownie for another egg? Like,
I trade my brownie for another egg.
Okay. I was gonna. Well, I don't know where your brother went.
I think
I just had to run to the bathroom.
Blowing his nose or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little sick.
Oh no. Take some. What did I tell you to take? Benadryl. Take some Benadryl. You'll be fine.
I needed it, because I was at his place with his cats, and I swear to God, I'm allergic to cats.
No, it's something else, though, dude. It's like if you're still feeling sick, it's not allergies to cats. Yeah. And I got my throat going, so.
Yeah, there's something going around here.
Yeah, the Boston accents. I love it.
What's going on around here?
We gotta figure this stuff out, man. I'm getting a cold or something.
That's that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we do it all the time when we're like, if we're just having fun or being sarcastic or whatever. Like,
it's definitely it's the go-to sarcastic voice.
Okay, but you guys never actually spoke like that. You guys have always
no. This is just our normal voice, right? We don't have too thick of an accent. Like we'll say it's like we'll say wicked and things like that. So some of the vernacular we do, but not really the accent.
Wicked.
No, not wicked. Simone, I wish you had a cool accent.
Yeah. Yeah, wait, no, Hannah, we should, I feel like we never break into like a Midwest accent. Well, I will say, I had a teacher in elementary school, and she was Boston. She had a really, really thick Bostonian accent, and so whenever there would be like a car in our parking lot that needed to move for the buses, she would always come on the intercom. It was the same thing every week. She'd be like, I have a red Toyota in the car park. She'd be like, park the car and move it.
Park their Toyota there.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it so much. Okay, so going back to the race, I have another question for you guys. What was the hardest part about it? Because Simone, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, there were a lot of things that were hard, but I think what really got to me was the sleep deprivation. It was hard for me to sleep on travel days, and also like you and I going into the first leg because our notice was so short. So like from the time that we found out we were going to be on to when
30 something hours and you guys were in Europe, right?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I did not sleep for 96 hours upon filming that first leg. And so we were so sleep deprived just like from the way that everything worked out.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
Yeah, no, I mean the sleep deprivation was was definitely hard. The insufficient and wrong kind of food was also hard for me. And then like I mean this is one of the reasons why I prefer Amazing Race over Big Brother. Just personally, if I had to do one of them again, but like
You were on Big Brother?
being so crazy in the hotel rooms, not being able to leave, and like can't go to the fitness center and things like that. I'm just like, it's 4 p.m. and I've had 300 steps today. Like I need to move. So those are the hardest parts for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and also like not being able to explore much where we were, like
Yeah,
that
so
was
I mean,
it was so because I guess back in the day they used to let like the teams go out and like go get drinks out. I heard this from like from the one of the producers. Yeah, they used to do that.
tours and
They used to
everything.
do like tours with the camera crew, so everyone was covered and like it was fine. But then like someone got in a fight because someone said that someone took their shirt or whatever. I don't know, something like that. So like that part really was like that kind of.
Yeah, and
That kind of was hard to not be able to explore more and stuff, but
the sleep deprivation was definitely tough. But then that like I think that got to everybody. Like I mean, it just had to have. You were doing like 48 hours of travel or whatever. But that was something that was like sort of tough for me while we were traveling. But then we'd be approaching Prague or wherever, and then it was like then I would get like excited, get the butterflies, and I'm like, wait, if I got some sleep deprivation I'm fighting right now, then like everyone else is fighting the same sleep deprivation. And so then it went from like, oh man, this is gonna be hard to like, oh wait man, this is an opportunity. Let's go.
yeah, Eric kept bringing that up. I remember. Anytime I would complain about whatever, Eric's like, "Don't worry, bro. Everyone else is feeling this too."
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
Right.
very true. Very, very true. And you certainly did not let the sleep deprivation stop you guys because you guys still killed it.
It's hard too.
It hurts to win, baby. You gotta power through.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
also hurts to lose.
It sucks to lose.
Sucks to lose.
It
hurts
sucks
to win.
to lose. It hurts to win. It sucks. Okay, I like that. Okay, so now going back to this last leg 9, you guys are in Athens, Greece. You're excited to be in Greece. It's where your parents met. You guys have this history there as a family. And now you guys get to the top of that hill. You're overlooking the Parthenon. It's beautiful. You see Phil. What are you thinking? Like, oh no, what's coming?
I mean, instantly you know the U-turn's coming. So, like again for us, yeah, it was like, I mean,
We knew
this
we
is
were
where
gonna get it.
yeah, and this is where I think you saw a lot of the different reactions to being faced with this like obstacle, and for us, it was like, hey, we know we're getting U-turned. Like this is a badge of honor. Like this is the hand you're dealt. Now, like, what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna lock
That's
in
a great outlook.
and try to overcome this as quickly and as best as you can.
Complaining or anything like that is just going to be wasting more energy and losing your focus.
Yeah, we've had pretty much every team that U-turned us text us, be like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I hope you know, blah blah blah. And it was like, it's all like, if I were you, I would have U-turned us too. I mean, that's where like when they came to us and they were like, oh, so Eric and Tucker, like, who are you going to U-turn? It's like, well, I don't know why you would U-turn anybody besides the two teams that you think are the strongest two teams here. So that's what we're gonna do. Like, why would you not do? Like, why would anyone do anything different at this point? We're in leg 9. Like, you want to get the best teams out. So, so we took no offense and we're like, yeah, this is what you got to do. So let's go get it. Let's go run right now. And so, like, if you saw, during that whole, during all the drama, everyone's like got their reactions and everything, and I'm just like stone face, locked in, like just chomping at the bit. Like, when can we run and go get this? Because I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to ask you guys two questions before we get into the drama of it all, because we saw quite early on in the season, Jag and Jazz, they give a win to Nat and Steph. They kind of disguise it as like giving Nat a birthday gift, but I think there was some strategy in that. They wanted to help downplay their threat level. And so was that ever like Tucker, the way that you played Big Brother, I don't think downplaying your threat level was necessarily a big component of your game. So was that ever
Yeah,
a consideration here?
I'm always gonna play hard and try to get the most out of the experience. I don't want to really. I want to push myself and see like what's the best that I can do. I don't want to try to like tone it down to hide behind some facade to then ramp it back up. I'm pretty much a straight shooter for Baba, and and yeah, no, we were gonna have the target regardless because of how I played Big Brother, and then like I already knew I could see everybody's reaction. They're just like, "There's a second one of him." Like,
Oh yeah.
There are two of them.
Later on, after like the second leg, people are like, and he's smart, like he's just chill. He's like
Yeah.
the chill, smart version of you, dude. Like this is like very dangerous. Yeah, no, I don't.
But yeah, no,
I
I
don't
think
know,
I mean I think the only thing that we did that had any of that in mind was the first U-turn, and hey, we're the first ones here. Like,
Yeah.
we'll just leave it to other people to kind of make the mess right there.
Which was the right move.
So that was
For everyone out there who thinks it wasn't.
Okay,
that
Enzo.
that was the one thing that we were just like, hey, we'll do this to sort of, somewhat minimize or postpone the enlargement of our of the target on our back. So that was kind of the only thing that
we could have done too.
that was the only thing that we did that was sort of conscious of minimizing the target on our back. And besides that, I mean, we had like a joke the whole time where it was like, because the camera guys are like, hey, so do you think you have a target on your back now? Blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, do you think winning last leg increases the target on your back? And we're like, well, yeah, we do. But like at the same time, like, what are you going to do about it if you're another team? Like, and not to sound cocky, but just like the rules of the Amazing Race, it's like the only thing you can really do is U-turn someone. And in that event, like if you get U-turned, what are you going to do? Race as hard as you can. So we're like, look, either way,
we're just gonna keep
race as hard as you can. And like, I mean,
everything you got.
If you're good, I mean, look at how many people U-turned Jazz and Jag in Athens. Like, did giving Natalie and Stephanie that second place win like do anything to change that? Did us passing up on that first U-turn do anything to change people from U-turning us in Athens? No. So for us, there's like, I think we're gonna strategize to do this or that to minimize the target on our back. Like, I think that actually has less of an impact in the end than it may seem.
Okay.
That's fair.
Philosophy. Keep racing.
Yeah. Amen. Okay, I have two more questions. You guys, I'm a very nosy, inquisitive person. So
Wow.
my second question is, you guys pretty much knew you were getting U-turned. That was the inevitable. You were prepared for it. It sounds like you were ready. And so was it ever a consideration, instead of U-turning the two teams you saw as pretty viable competition, you guys chose to U-turn Jag and Jazz and Taylor and Kai, were you thinking like, let's actually U-turn maybe two teams who are a little weaker because that gives us more of a sure bet to win? Was that ever a consideration for you?
No, because it's just we also want to compete against the best competitors and stuff, and that's like Eric said, we want to get the two top teams out, or whoever we think is the best, and I also think that trying to do like a burn vote or anything like that could just be very easily misinterpreted by the receiving team, and rightfully so. And I think that this is a game where you're competing for first place. You shouldn't be trying to throw anything away. You should be trying to bury everybody else.
Yeah. And again, we have
get the shovel.
We had confidence in our abilities, and so there was literally never a thought of like we're going to U-turn anyone besides the two teams that we think are strongest. We think that, hey, if we're all U-turn, obviously, it turned out the way it turned out, but we thought, hey, if we all get U-turned, we like our chances at beating the other teams that get U-turned. Obviously it didn't work out this time, but that was our thinking. And so, yeah, there was we could do that 100 times, and we were going to U-turn the two strongest teams 100 times.
Okay, yeah, I think that was a smart decision. I think that is typically the point of a U-turn. This season, I don't know what happened in episode 9 / in leg 9, but there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of tension as viewers, I could feel it through the screen. So I can only imagine what that tension was like when you guys
cut it with a knife
in that moment.
Yeah, I was jazzed up.
Can you guys? But I'm jazz anyway. Can you guys talk about some of the drama that we maybe didn't see? Because the way that the editing made it look, like all of a sudden Taylor starts crying out of nowhere, and I was like, "Whoa, I'm confused. Where did this come from?"
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that they left out, and I think this has been said on other interviews, so whatever. But so yes, I did overhear Kylan and Taylor talking about this supposed gentleman's agreement, and wanting to go after the guys because of that. So that is what I heard. I did tell that to Jazz, obviously. But the reason that they U-turned them was like they overheard them at the
skydiving.
At the skydiving where we like those like containers we were sleeping in are thin walled, and Jazz and Jag apparently overheard Taylor and Kylan talking about wanting to U-turn the guys' teams, and so that's what they were referring to, and they sort of made it seem like, oh, we were referring to me telling them. Obviously, they're related, but that just added a kind of another layer of like, oh, we heard this too, and blah blah blah, and so it sort of devolved into, instead of just like, hey, you're a strong team, you're getting U-turned, it all of a sudden became this like very personal attack and personal defense and betrayal, and how could you, and
just going in circles,
and
over and over, and Phil trying to stop them, and they're just like so locked in and going at each other that they don't even realize. It was like 10 plus minutes. Phil tried to stop them like twice, and they were just at each other's necks, and Eric's just there like this.
Eric's like, when can I race?
This is wild. Hey, Jack, isn't this hilarious? Welcome to reality.
And by that you mean Jag and Jazz were going back and forth between Kylan and Taylor?
Hardcore.
Yeah, and it was like, Kylan and Taylor were talking for like 10 minutes straight. Of like very, very high emotions.
And just like
it seems like sort of taken personally, and trying to tear them down from this, from what they're trying to represent and whatnot, and to me, again, as just someone who's like not reality TV gossip drama driven, and just like, oh, I'm getting U-turned, my reaction to that is, let's go. To me, like, to see the reaction the other way of like, I'm getting U-turned, this is an affront on me and everything I stand for, it was like, what the heck is going on right now? And it was that at level 100 for 10 minutes straight, to the point where, like Tucker said, Phil's like, hey guys, like, so I think I understand what you're saying. Like,
we can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And then he's like, this is also why we have this is why we have democracies, one person and like, and then like, oh yeah, well, some people,
it's really just improving.
Yeah, some people remember things differently than how they occur, and like that's just how this happened, and then it was like
triple down, and then another 10 minutes,
and it's like, yo, he's speaking in terms of both of you guys, like just everybody drop it. Time is money, baby.
And then I just think about those poor people that are at like all of the the detours and the roadblock, like the people that they hire. They were probably waiting.
And like at every spot they had them hired for too short of times. Obviously they compensated them for the extra time and stuff, but some of the cab drivers would be like, how long am I supposed to be here for? And we're like, I don't know, bro, talk to someone else. Call whoever you call to get this job. I don't know.
Yes. And so all in all, how long, if you guys had to guess, did like the whole ceremony last?
From like when we got there to when we left, I mean, probably 45.
I was gonna say 45
minutes to an hour. Because it was like you had to go do your vote and then explain to the camera like who you chose to vote and why, and then there was the tie, and then you had to go do the tiebreaker, and
Oh,
then
that's
blah blah
true.
blah, and then interject a 30-minute like
Yeah.
overflowing tirade.
Oh my
It
god.
was like it was great. I was just like so foreign to me. Of like,
I just looked at Eric and I could just tell you had
like, oh my
no
god,
idea what
dude.
was
Like,
going
yeah, you're
on.
getting U-turned. Like you're
And
getting
I'm,
U-turned
and,
because you're a good team. Like,
and I'm the
period.
same. I'm the exact same mindset as Eric too. So it was just nice to have my brother there, just to be like, "This is what I've been dealing with for a year, dude."
You're like, this is his official initiation into the
Yeah.
reality TV space.
Can't wait
Honestly,
to go to the hotel and talk about this later.
right. The debrief, I listen, Simone and I loved debriefing. Really quickly, I have to go get my charger. So Simone, just you continue.
Yes. Okay,
That's fine.
so we're in this. Okay, so first off, I'm so curious. What was the like walk slash run to get to that hill? Because this entire episode, I was like, what the heck? Like, that's another factor of the race that I feel like in previous cities, yes, it was a bit hilly, but nowhere near the amount of hilliness it
Yeah,
seemed in Greece.
yeah,
So,
that's
like,
a
what
fair
was
point.
that like? And did that exhaust you guys even more?
No, so there's a parking lot right behind that hill. You drive all the way
Oh, that's
there. They have
true.
like a little center there, and that's where all like the cabs were being held and stuff, and they were timing everybody for their. Actually, no, because it was an equalizer there, but they were making it seem like it wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
And then I just revisited there again,
Yes.
to leave
Ah,
Greece on a better note this time.
yes, which is
And,
so valid. Okay, you got the
went back to
closure
all the
that.
spots and stuff. It was great, and yeah. So I mean,
But yeah, I mean,
it's 100 steps.
no, dude. It was no.
No, it's like you go up like 25 steps, and then you're like
Yeah.
75 more steps to where that hill
Well,
was.
yeah, but I think
Oh, okay, that's not that
In
bad.
the parking lot.
Simona, yeah. But you're talking about after the whole U-turn is done, and then we have to go to the Parthenon and go from there, right?
That
Yeah,
too, especially just like throughout the entire
Yeah,
thing.
that was
yeah,
like
that
a
was far.
hilly, mile and a half.
But I knew
And-
right away where to go because I saw tourists walking on another path, and I was just like, bro,
Yeah.
this. I was looking the whole way when we were on the hill, and I
Yeah.
could see like that there was some gate really far out there that went like this and would have cut us off. So I was like, we have to go down this way and then get on that main road that goes around, which is where I think what was it like Izzy and Paige and them they got stuck trying to find where Acropolis was. Yeah, with Jack and Chelsea.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, Tuck knew where to go, but it was very high stakes because there's
Yeah.
three teams that are U-turning,
Yeah.
so you have to like very quickly, pretty much as fast as you can get to the Parthenon, and it's super hilly. And then
And
once
there's
you
no
get there,
waiting.
you can't run. They sort of were gatekeeping everything. It's obviously a very touristy area, so it was like
Yeah.
we had to get there and then wait, even though we just ran to get there, and then blah blah blah. So it was
And then
yeah,
there was
long and hilly for sure. It was an exhausting.
Yes.
and there was like a miscommunication with the people at that location and production. It seemed like production told them everyone was gonna have backpacks, but there's no bags allowed up there
Oh no. Wait, so then what'd you guys do with them?
for security purposes. So we were like waiting. We were like, dude, do we go run down and like check this in a thing or not? But production was there, like, and they made sure everything was fine. And basically, like, someone from production had to wait down there as we just threw all of our bags to the side and didn't put them in the lockers. And then they, like, timed it to see who got there at what time and made sure everything was equal and stuff. But, yeah,
Yeah.
you're just like hitting hiccups when you're, like, ready to go. And then you just have to, like, sit there as all, like, these tourist groups are going in front
And
of
all
you.
the teams that you just ran
Booked
ahead
it
of.
from. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they're all here. Like,
So it's like lead
you're
gone.
like, man. So
Oh my gosh. Which is so stressful. Also, I know that you guys brought up that production was waiting. And speaking of, in Chat BCC, I even mentioned like shout out to production for for all of this, especially like walking up and down these hills with like a camera on them. And speaking of, to our listeners, Chappie CC is stuff that we talk about a lot of these behind the secret stuff with. So if you're not already on Chappie CC, make sure that you download the app. It's great. It gives you a chance to directly talk to people like me, Hannah, Tucker, Eric, the entire cast of The Amazing Race, and so much more. So if you're not on Chappie CC, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Honestly, I feel like a lot of the drama can be traced back to Chat BCC. I definitely had a lot to say.
Down last week.
Yeah, no, I definitely like I had my fair share of things to say in Chat BCC this last week, and typically, you guys know I don't say much. So if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, then download the app. Okay. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, I have another question because Kyland kind of alluded to how he and Taylor thought there was this larger BB26 alliance. And maybe part of that is because Kyland and I were from season 23 of Big Brother. We're still really close as a cast. Like 7 out of the 8 women from my season are coming to our finale party. And so maybe he thought that was the way you guys were as a cast as well. But what was it like racing against 3 people from your season? And you were obviously personally connected to one of those teams because you were dating one of those people at the time. So what was that like?
Oh, I was pumped. It was time to run it back, and I got another chance to beat them. You know. It's funny. It was all fun, friendly competition. There was no part of me that like. I wasn't like, oh, we're gonna make it to the top. I'm like, no. If anything, it was like I wanted to get like Angela out first because she was the one that like led to me getting out on Big Brother, and then it was like coming for Chelsea because I was the only one, or Joseph and I were the only ones onto her, and I was the only one that called her out and put her up on the block, and everyone just seemed to forget. And I'm like, I'm not forgetting how good you are at these games, Chelsea.
So I think it's funny that some teams thought that there was some like collusion going on. It was the exact opposite. Like those are the teams that we were, happy to beat. Ready to just compete with everybody. And like Tucker and I, you can ask any one of our friends, like anybody, like we love playing games. We're super competitive, but we are like by the rules. You play by the rules. Play by the rules, win by the rules. So as far as we're concerned,
never do anything.
Collaborating with another team before the Amazing Race starts is like
cheating.
Wildly unethical, cheating, illegal, not cool. We didn't do anything like that.
Yeah, not fans of that stuff whatsoever. Yeah, we figured out like some teams that might be on it, but then like. It was all speculation, I thought Cedric was going to do it. I thought Leah was going to do it because we were at Over the Edge weekend and Cedric had to get pulled away for some interview, And I thought Kenny and Renee might have been on there because Renee and Kenny,
faves.
They're just, oh my God, they need their own show.
No, I know.
So great. But so it was just all speculation. And obviously I could confirm it with Rubina because we were chatting about it, but that wasn't like, let's work together at all. And I know that was the same for her too, because we both are very prideful in ourselves and whatever. And so it was like, it would have been, we would have been pumped if either one of us won, and also pumped like beating the other as well. So it's all a competition about winning with your partner and running it up.
I think it's clear, based on how we ran the race and everything that we said, with what Tucker said about Rubina's team and what I've said about Jazz and Jag's team, like I think it's clear we did not work with anybody. We were like, hey, Jag and Jazz, if we're gonna U-turn anybody, it's gonna be them. And like Rubina, hey, wish her luck, but like we're not gonna like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna favor anybody.
Yeah, we're all here to race our own race.
And like if
so I think our actions speak louder than our words.
Yeah, and would never sacrifice something of ours in this game to benefit somebody else because that's very risky. And but there was times in like Dubrovnik running by Rubina and Christine where it was like I would scream to them, and I remember yelling at them and being like, Christine, you do the next challenge because she's good at building stuff, and so like told her that she should be the one to do that thing. Don't know if they heard it because you're just running by. But yeah,
and you
little,
can be
little things like that. But that's also like when Chelsea asks for directions and
there's things like that where you can be nice and like and helpful, but you're not like, hey, let's have an alliance. Let me stop.
Right.
You do this one, I'll do that one.
That stuff is stupid.
But like it's like giving a helping hand versus like giving a helping arm and a leg.
Yeah, or just like fusing together teams. Like it's like, all right, hey, you both have time and you can both help each other. Like that's one thing. But like, hey, let's strategize this entire race around us helping each other the entire race. Like, nah.
Not your guys' style.
I'm dead. Jessica Tucker said, yeah, that's stupid. Meanwhile, you had 3 teams who were in a named alliance. So it's just interesting how each team it's interesting how each team kind of approached this differently. And I think one of the ideas behind making this a Big Brother season is you got to see some of the relationships that we have with each other outside of the race trickle into the way that we played the race. And I think it's admirable that you two specifically, as well as Izzy and Paige, were like, who cares about any of that? We are just dedicated to running our own race. This is about the 2 of us. We're going to try our best. And we're going to be kind to others, because even though you guys were focused on yourselves, Simone and I never felt like you guys were rude. You were always very nice.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, we really respected.
Play like gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
Yes.
We respected that about you guys, and I think you guys also motivated all of us to be better competitors, and to really like pull that out of ourselves. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back to this leg. Just honestly walk us through the entire leg. What were you guys like?
Guys' perspective.
The entire time. What did we not see at each of the the roadblock, the detour, all of that?
No, I mean
they did a good job covering.
I think it was a fair portrayal of our legs. I mean, of that leg. Like like I said, we were chomping at the bit, ready to go, ready to do these 2 detours we knew we were going to have to do. It was sweaty and stressful getting to the Parthenon and then having to walk and whatnot. And then it was just go, go, go. We did the music one first. Got there pretty quickly. Dropped the basket. That was on me.
I'm so glad I remembered that. Just as we were running, I remember something in the clue being like in the basket, and luckily we were like 2 blocks away.
Yeah. It was a short
2-minute
delay, but that we did that well. Obviously, we had the person in the crowd just being like, "Oh, if you can do a handstand, then I'll give you 10."
Yeah.
Later, bub.
And then got to the olives pretty quickly, crushed the olives.
Wait, so sorry to interrupt, Eric. I have a question about the whole the music. Okay, so first off, how long were you guys there? Roughly, like, was it pretty in and out?
Oh yeah, we were there for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it was like a 10 to 15 minute run to that park. So it was probably close to a mile carrying that thing and the backpacks.
Yeah.
But it was also, I mean, I'm just trying to focus on like the fun stuff, and like everything's always like half full with me. So it was to the point when I would be like, running, you're dying. This thing is cumbersome, and there's lots of people on the street, and there's lots of things hanging down, and it's way higher than you are, so you have to like be super aware. But if you got into a nice rhythm, the handle would go like this. So it would just be playing this music as you're running like smoothly, and it was great. I got that.
Some theme music.
Yeah.
That's so funny. And in Chappie CC, I even said, like, of course Tucker can walk on his hands. What can't he do? I bet that you guys can both do, like, a backflip.
Probably.
I can do a backflip.
Yeah.
Of course.
That one for me. But
Me neither.
Yeah.
I have been training, like, religiously to even do, like, a back handspring for 11 years, and I still haven't been able to get it. So I think that
I was able to do a backflip on the ground, I was at the beach and I just chugged a glass of wine and then just ripped it. And it was perfect. Not saying
maybe
that,
I was gonna say maybe that's the solution, Hannah. Maybe we should start drinking, and then I'll be instant flips. I'll be like an Olympian. I'll be the new Simone Biles.
Yeah, basically all Olympians are just drunk doing flips, dude. You guys didn't know?
That's the secret.
I didn't know that was the secret.
But yeah, then we went to the Olives, and I think we were like, we finished that first try.
Oh wait,
I think
real
we did
quick
that.
though, because when we got in the episode when we got to the olive thing, there's a voiceover of me saying, yeah, Jag and Jazz were there, so we knew we had to do it quick. And I like the second it said it, I was like, Eric, that wasn't me. He's like, yeah, it was. I was like, bro,
No, I didn't think it was you either.
no, you were like, that was me talking. But then when we played it back right away, then you were like, oh, that's definitely not you.
Yeah, no, it
Because
was great.
it was
like,
my voice, but it was all AI.
It was like some AI transcript.
I
Like
never said
100%,
that. I
100%.
never
Wait,
said that.
what?
And the way I say quick is that it's not quick, and it was just so we had to like
Anyway, yeah.
yeah
Wait, I have to go back and see this.
yeah. It's when they're showing Jag and Jazz at the Olive thing, and it's like a voiceover of me.
Okay, so wait, I'm sorry, I have a question. So you guys finished the music detour first, and then it was Jag and Jazz. Oh, Jag and Jazz finished it first?
Yeah.
Okay, and then it was you guys, and then it was Taylor and Kyland, and then it was Joseph and Adam? Is that how it was?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. And then you guys get to the Olives after Jag and Jazz, but you guys leave before
Yeah, we
that.
get there right as they're like, they're learning about there was as they were like, learning about the different olives. So yeah, we did that first try just like Jazz and Jag did. So I think we were the second ones to finish that. We were the second or the thirds, but like, we did both detours when most teams hadn't even finished one. So we were like, at that point we were like, we did it. We're not going home today. And I remember even saying that. I was like, we're not going home today, baby. And, our camera guy was like, dude, not only are you guys not going home, like, you guys, you did so well, blah, 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 blah. And so we were feeling real good after the detour. And then
it like right when we saw Chelsea and Jack and told them where to go for the Olives, we got stuck for like 10 minutes trying to get a cab at that spot.
Really?
yeah,
We
it
couldn't
took a
get
long
one.
time to get
They
a cab.
wouldn't stop, and then they would stop, and then they'd see the camera crew, and then they'd drive away.
Yeah.
And then we ran down to a hotel and got a car in front of a hotel, and the guy was super like, I need to wait for this hotel. And we were like we'll tip you, bro, please. Like, we need this. Yeah.
Wait, and also, how far away were the detours from each other? The musical one and the Olives?
Oh.
Probably like 10 minutes or something like that.
Just like a 10-minute run or a 10
Yeah, 10-minute run, like
Okay.
a few turns.
Okay,
But all those streets
Not
look
bad.
the exact same. So
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Everything looks the exact same in that area.
Okay, so you guys leave the Olives in second place, right behind Jag and Jazz. But you get to the roadblock when?
Third. Joseph and Adam obviously just had
Yes.
one detour to do. Yeah. By the way, speed bump. You got a non-elimination leg, and you got one vote on a U-turn when no one's even going to U-turn you because you just got last the previous leg. It was like, that's the speed bump. All right.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah, that was the weakest speed bump I've ever seen in the history of the Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Just saying. So anyway, we got third to the roadblock, and we had just been switching off roadblocks at that point, so it was like I did the last one, Tuck, you got this one, and works out. Tuck would have done better at the Easter egg one. I probably would have done better at the alphabet one.
For sure.
And then just time went by, and that was that.
Well, okay, I have a question.
I flew out of there. I was running.
Oh yeah, he was
so
the
fast.
fastest he moved all race was after the roadblock for sure.
And then just being in a cab in traffic, it's like,
Yeah, so agony.
Yeah.
no, bro.
Okay, I have a couple questions. Let's not speed through this roadblock because that was a big portion of the episode. So that's interesting. You guys would just switch off between roadblocks. It's not like you guys would try to use context clues and figure out like, oh,
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do next time.
Yeah, next
Okay.
time.
It's all about learning. It's all about learning. Okay.
Yeah.
So Tucker, can you kind of walk us through what your strategy was for this roadblock and how it felt to, show up in third and then slowly but surely teams are leaving?
Yeah, at first I saw like Joseph and Jag working together, and then I was like, it just didn't seem like it was gonna work out, and then Jag was gone, and then like Joseph started helping me out and told me everything, and it was just like, I didn't understand what he was saying. I don't know if he said it all wrong or not, but I remember saying to Paige, I was like, yeah, Joseph has this completely backwards. Don't listen to him. So it was like, I was getting thrown off from all different, it just took me a while to like settle down. The second I knew it was the Greek alphabet, I started like getting anxious. I was like, I feel this is going to be so hard for me right now. And so I had all of that going on. And then like, as I'm going down and checking it, I'm like, all right, cool. It's all these symbols and stuff. Like, I can do this. I can memorize scripts pretty quick. But then it's not like the script is put out of order, you know? So there was just like a bunch of factors. And then like Paige told me, she was like, I thought you did pretty good, or like whatever. Cause Paige and I were trying to work together. And then, I told her like what one of the rows was, and she was like, "That I think it's your accent, the way that you pronounce certain things. It's like I could hear that it sounds different, but I know you, and I know that's what you're saying." So then I started focusing on that stuff, and I was like, "Zai, Kai, hi!" Like just fucking so annoyed.
Were either of you ever in like a fraternity or anything like that?
No, I mean, I've studied a lot of like statistics and econometrics and whatnot, where they also use Greek alphabet. So that's that's my exposure to it.
Totally.
Gamma rays,
Yeah.
What?
Gamma rays. You guys know like a Delta River?
Yeah. I mean, and like, obviously I went to college. Like I'm aware of some of the fraternities.
Yeah, true. BU of all places. Totally.
It's not like, I mean, it's not like if you're in a sorority or fraternity, like you learn Greek. You know what I mean? It's like, you're like, oh, Delta, Gamma. Okay, like I don't know.
Oh, I knew a lamb.
Wait, maybe we have to. Actually, no, we can keep that in. I was a Tri-Del.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, but I mean, it's like, so.
I watched Revenge of the Nerds a lot, so I had a couple from that. I definitely did. I knew Lambda from that. And
plus, with COVID, Omicron was the goat. That was the end right there.
I'm loving all of like these pulls from different places.
Yeah. He said, "Shout out Omicron."
Yeah, anyway. That was it. That was when it was like, it was weak enough that we could start to get some normalcy back.
Yeah, so, Eric got it.
Shout out Omicron.
Eric got his stuff from college and his major and stuff, and I got it from Revenge of the Nerds.
Okay.
Exactly. So you guys had like some context going in versus if this was like an alphabet like in Finnish or something.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
that's a language, right?
Yeah,
they speak Finnish in Finland.
More comfortable. I remember like right away when I ran down, because I was just trying to like get out of my head of being like, oh, this was so the wrong choice. Eric so needs to do this. It's gonna be horrible. I was like, yeah, no, I got this. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, like to the extent that like everyone, every like English speaking person has heard of a lot of these Greek letters before versus the Finnish alphabet. Maybe they haven't. So like to that extent, like just being, I think it was Paige, but someone was like, yeah, no, I wasn't in a sorority or fraternity, but you just through everyday life and culture, you get exposed to these things here and there. So
yeah, wait, which also made me so sad that Paige, she was like, oh, what did she say? She was like, I don't think that I would be what any sorority is looking for. She was like, I don't think any sorority would want me. And I was like, girl, please. Like, any sorority would be so lucky to have you. So I just wanted to give, like, a shout out to Paige.
Yeah, Paige, you're a legend. Don't even get it.
Yeah.
I filmed that. I'm going to make it a GIF. I got a screen recording of it. I just remembered. I'm going to make it a GIF after this.
Wait, I loved watching that first episode with you guys at the Airbnb in LA.
Yes. Oh my gosh, in Enzo's interview, he's like, I saw Hannah in the parking lot, and I was like, I gotta work with her. But then I thought, nah.
Yeah. And then she's looking at me like she wants to work with me, and then I'm like, nah.
That is not what happened. That is not what happened. Too funny. And then Izzy running through the flowers. It showed like she was running and her tongue was out, and the caption was literally
panting. That
Oh
was so
yeah,
funny.
that free
so-
spread you got was so good.
Yeah.
Eric's like,
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when I think Enzo and Jack got out of their little like sidecar situation and it fell over and Jack was on the ground
Oh
and
my God, that was
yeah,
so
that was one
funny.
of the funniest
Yeah.
things. And then,
Dude, get up! I've been pedaling you this whole time.
Yeah.
Jack's like this. He's like,
Just like a little kid, like neglected.
he looks so little. He was tall, bro.
Oh my gosh. Also, when Enzo, who did we? Oh yeah, we were just talking with Nat and Steph and Tucker and Eric. If you guys haven't already heard the story, basically, Nat did she didn't get into an accident, did she?
I think she did. It was like a minor accident.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, a minor accident. Oh wait, you did, yeah.
Go, it goes.
I haven't heard
So,
that.
Yeah. Oh yes. Okay, so she got into a minor accident. She's okay, thank goodness. But she was pulled over on the side of the road, and then she thinks that she sees Enzo riding past, and
Oh
she's
my
like, "Is that
God,
Enzo?" Yes. And then Enzo did text her or something along the lines like, "Yeah, I thought I saw you this," or "No, I did see you this morning." And then Natalie was like, "How come you didn't pull over to check if I was okay?" And then he was just like, like I was gonna be late for something or something.
Yeah,
Or like I gotta pick up my kid from
Ah!
school.
so funny.
He's actually the funniest person I've ever met in my whole
Yeah,
entire life.
100%.
He is so funny. Eric has a friend like him, Calamusi, Andrew Calamusi, who just
It's
like,
a greater New York hardcore Italian. It was like, dude, just like,
yeah.
it's just a fire hose of like excitement and excitability.
It's like if he went to whisper, this is how he would whisper to you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that sounds like Louis Armstrong.
Honestly, yes.
see trees.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Tucker, what was going through your mind when it was just you and Taylor? Taylor obviously got to the roadblock after you did.
Oh, I was like, well, at that point, so what was in my mind when I got there and I was with Taylor, it was like I was this close for like 4 or 5 times in a row. And I remember seeing the guy getting ready to give it and someone off camera would tell him no. And I'm just like, at that point, I didn't know where I was messing up. I knew it had to be between like 1 or 2 things, like the row or another one. And I like just kept flip-flopping those for like 4 or 5 times, and eventually I got it, which made me extra think it probably was in a pronunciation thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's just I have no idea, but I knew the pressure was on. But I really did think I was going to be able to get it before her. But she crushed it real quick, and I also kept forgetting, like, I had my backpack on the whole time to go up those, like, 40 steps back to the teacher and then back down, and I probably did that, like, 12 times and then took it off.
Oh wait, there was a teacher that was helping you guys with the pronunciation.
Yes, but he was, like, above the theater. You had to run up, like, 40 steps or so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, he was the guy telling us how to do it.
And you guys get to, was it actually a foot race between you guys and Kyland and Taylor, or is that just how the episode made it look?
No. I mean, like we left like 2 or 3 minutes after them, and so I mean, I would think that we were somewhere around 2 to 3 minutes after they got in there, but there was no point where like we saw them and they saw us and we were both on foot.
Yeah, I think like production knew it was going to be tight, and the second everybody got there and they got that shot, you know, because it showed them celebrating and stuff real quick, and then I think they just like ushered everybody out. They got everybody in that celebratory shot, so it could just be a desert for us to go to.
And you guys, did you have to like hail another taxi from?
No, same cab driver hung out the whole time. Sorry, buddy.
Just for you guys or for everyone?
No, for
For
everybody.
everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
for everyone. Okay.
Hung out extra long for your boy.
Okay, so I guess what was it? Because you guys didn't know that they had celebrated since they had ushered everyone off. What was it like watching that back? I can imagine I was
Wankers!
feel like
Yeah, I know. It was honestly
like, goddamn.
it was a little unexpected. I mean,
Tell
like
us how you really feel.
like I said about the U-turn and whatnot, like, you know, I knew teams were going to U-turn us, and thus, you know, I knew, hey, if they could get us out, like that they would be happy about that. but just like,
Sportsmanship.
but just the extent of like, it seemed a little bit like dancing over the graveyard kind of thing. Like, oh, okay, guys, like sick. I thought we were pretty nice and respectful to all
And
you
it
guys.
kind of made it seem like everybody had a thing out against us, which we knew, but it made it seem more.
Made it seem a little personal. Like, yeah, screw those guys.
And
I'm so glad they're
a lot more reliancy. You know?
Yeah, it felt like that was a little bit like, oh damn, okay, guys. But at the same time,
it is more of like a badge too, because it's like everybody's amped. We got out, and that's how we took the U-turn. So
and I think
it's just at first it was like, dude,
that's
like,
where we
bro,
settled
are you
still.
kidding me?
Yeah,
well,
like,
you know what, whatever. That just means that we were beasts.
Yeah. No, so like that was just the initial reaction of like, oh well, I didn't expect that, but I settle on it the same way I settle on the U-turn. It's like, hey, I would have been happy if I was any other team if we went out. I would have U-turned us if I was any other team. So like, does that change anything of how I think about these people who were just as respectful to me as I was to them? Like, so the answer is no there. Still have all the love and respect for every one of us who raced this, everyone on the cast.
Hell yeah.
But there was a second of like, oh damn, okay, I didn't expect that. Okay, guys.
Yeah, like initial shock.
All good. Yeah. All good.
Yeah, but again, that's just a testament to how good you guys were at the game, at the race. But I get it.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite part of the episode was Eric's confessional after you guys were eliminated. Simone and I are obviously sisters. Hello. And we love watching the dynamic between other siblings. And Eric, I think in that moment, you're always the big brother, but I really felt that you were like, no, I'm so proud of us. Like, we competed our hearts out. We gave it our all. Don't feel bad. As Tucker was getting a little emotional. And that's something sort of similar to what Simone and I went through, because she was the one who did the roadblock. And I could tell she was beating herself up. And I think at that moment, you just have to step in as the big sibling and kind of assure her that everything's okay.
They cut out a really good thing that he said, which he can say that just pertains to wrestling, which is a super, talking our sort of talk. But it saved me from breaking down.
I thought they were going to air this, but it was basically like what I compared it to was, in wrestling when you typically start at like the lowest weight and you end at heavyweight when you're going like two schools going against each other. And if it's a close, if it's close meet and you get down to it comes down to the last match and the heavyweight loses, it's very easy to be like, oh, it's the heavyweight's fault that we lost. And it's like, no, it's everyone's fault who didn't score the most possible points that they could. So it messed up a bunch of times along the way. Like, they're equally at fault, as is the heavyweight. And so on this Athens leg, like, obviously, the most visible thing was, hey, Tucker finished the roadblock last, but I also had us make a wrong turn. I also, dropped the basket and had to go back, and all these things add up. And if it came down to 2 to 3 minutes, like any one of those things, could have been the difference. And so, that I still feel that wholeheartedly today. That that's
why we're gonna bring him back for season 40, baby.
All those things are equally at fault here, and I could see. I could see him beating himself up, and I would have beat myself up too. And so I just knew I had to kind of step in and just help level set like the perspective. And even though it sucks losing, like I think we do have a lot to be proud of. I'm really proud of how we ran the race, and a lot to be happy and proud of, and hang our hat on, even though it didn't end up the way that we thought it would.
Well, yes. Well, I feel like throughout this whole race, this, like, especially, even the way you guys are reflecting about it right now is such a glass half full, such an optimistic, and such just a positive outlook on it, which, again, I think is really, really special quality that you guys have. So it's super evident that you got what you wanted to out of the race. And, again, your journey as brothers was so, so special to see.
Yeah, well, thank you. Right back at you guys.
Oh.
There's a lot coming from you too. You were the only other elimination that I teared up at. So so we love you guys.
We love you guys.
We love you guys too.
Strong sibling bonds.
Heck yeah.
Well, we have 2 more questions. Simone, you want to do rapid fire with the Lauriers?
Yes, please. Okay, so this is a segment that we have on the Royal team called Rapid Fire Questions. Are you guys ready?
Heck yeah. Rapid
Let's
fire
do it.
answers.
Let's do it. Okay. Do you guys prefer daytime flights or red eyes?
Red eyes.
Daytime.
Ooh, interesting. Do you guys prefer traveling by train or traveling by plane?
Plane.
Well, if it's between New York and Boston, train all day. But yeah, in Europe or I would say generally probably plane, but New York and Boston, I'm train all day.
Nice. That makes sense.
I'm
Okay.
like
What is
New
your
York, you know.
true? What is your guys' favorite like go-to travel snack?
Ooh, maybe some almonds or something like that, or
Ooh.
Ooh, I definitely love the Gordettes. That's like that. It's
Nice.
like the Chex Mix, but it's like that the Chex Mix that's in the reddish tan bag.
yeah. But, I mean, I feel like
Ooh.
I feel like I
that and a
usually-
kombucha. I'm set.
I usually try
Oh
to
yeah.
look for
Kombucha.
like Greek yogurt and banana or something like that. Yeah,
That's
I
such a classic Eric answer.
I try to look for something
Healthy, nutritious.
that doesn't fog you down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, if
I
I'm
love
taking a red eye, I'm like, let me get super fat right when I
Yeah.
sit down on my seat. So I just go into a
Give me a
food
steak and a
coma,
red
Oh.
wine.
and wake up when we land, and it's perfect.
That's smart. Well, I mean, no, if you have the red wine, then you'll be doing backflips.
Oh shit, we should have said ice cream. Ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's actually my next question is throughout the whole race, if you had to have just one food, would you rather do ice cream or would you rather do olives or would you rather do boiled eggs?
Michi. Michi.
Oh, Michi.
The sausage in
Oh,
Romania. That was the best.
Michi.
No, but
I would do a boiled egg at that point.
yeah, boiled egg.
That's true. Like protein. Oh, yeah, or a brownie.
No, not the brownies. Anything
Yeah.
but that. It's like, you want brownies?
And then-
The first
you
one
want
was
Chips
good.
Ahoy? You want Doritos? You want Oreos? I think. Can I have a sandwich? Like, you have some meat
And
there?
then the sandwich. We got sandwiches that had one piece
slice of deli
meat.
meat. Like,
Eric took
You
like
guys should have
3
been
bars,
traveling with.
put them together. It was so fun.
yeah.
You guys should have traveled with Angela. She could have hooked you up with like these
Oh, we heard
foot-long
Angela's
subs.
getting all the free food.
Yes, exactly.
Simone and I, at the McDonald's that we went to, I think it was during our first travel day on the way to Prague, we didn't
Yeah.
know how much money we would need for the next leg. And so her and I were like, I don't think we can afford more than a five piece, right? Like the five.
I think it was a 9-piece.
Okay, it was a 9-piece, and we split that for dinner and breakfast. And so I think what ended up happening is I just had one chicken nugget, and then I gave it to Simone. And you and I were like
Yes.
so sleep deprived, and it was a mess, but we got through it anyway.
Yes, and then
Wait,
the last.
you would have passed out. Said if you had more than one chicken nugget, you would have ended up passing out in a food coma. So.
Yeah, no, the chicken nuggets will do that. And then the last finale rapid fire is if we were running a leg in Boston, either A, carve out a leg for us, or B, where would the pit stop be?
Ironsides. No, Bunker Hill.
Yeah, Bunker Hill or Old Ironsides. That's
Those
a
are
good,
two
it's a
nice
good area.
ones.
It's
Or
like,
Fenway. Come on,
yeah.
we got enough to fan you all.
yeah, I mean, there's so much, but yeah, I mean, you could
The
could make it through-
aquarium.
You
Sorry.
could start at Fenway, make your way through downtown, get on the Freedom Trail, and then end at Bunker Hill or Old Ironsides, USS Constitution, which is the longest tenured Navy ship in the world, and also the oldest still floating ship of any kind in the world.
No
Old
way.
Ironsides. Oh yeah.
Okay, wait, I feel like that sounds like it would be like a realistic leg.
Yeah,
But-
cannonballs used to bounce off
Oh,
of
yeah.
it.
That's why they call it Old Ironsides.
That's why they call it Old Ironsides.
But what would the challenges be?
Oh, dude, you gotta grab some kind of Italian
Oh,
food
well,
from Lauriers
yeah.
and
You
drop
could do-
it off somewhere else.
You could do some dropping of the tea in the harbor. You know, they do that. Yeah, maybe you have to maybe go outside Fenway and have to make a certain amount of Italian sausages just right or something like that. Yeah.
What is it? What else you guys got here? Duck boats.
What are duck boats?
They're cars that drive into the water and
Amphibious.
become boats.
So you
What?
do trail around Boston, and then it goes like from the street
Yeah.
into the river.
Yeah, they've had
Those
these
exist?
since we could
Yeah,
walk.
they're like old, they're like World War II
Ironsides.
Army vehicles. They're like amphibious, so you go on the road and in the water. So
They had those in World War II? I thought that was like futuristic, like Meet the Robinsons.
no, they have them. Yeah,
It's just low key
it's the
right
real
now.
deal.
Don't tell anyone, Simone. It's
Oh,
between
yeah.
us.
So yeah, and then I feel like you probably need some sort of sports challenge, like whether it's some basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer.
It would have to be a basketball or hockey.
You'd have to do something.
Because then you can hit the garden door.
Because Boston's the city of champions, so you got to have some sports.
Like shoot a 3-pointer.
Yeah, something. You do the same hockey one that we did in Kootenai. You could do that in.
Oh, that's true. I will say I've always wanted to go to a Celtics game because they have really good dancers.
Yeah, I mean, I live not too far from there, so we'll check off Kitties in Boston and then go to a Celtics game.
Hell yeah!
Exactly.
Celtics, I meant to tell you.
Or Eric and Simone can just join the dance team. Why do I feel like Eric would magically be perfect at dancing?
Oh, I could already see it.
Oh
You
my
do
gosh.
anything you put your mind to.
That's right.
Exactly.
Okay, our very last question, and thank you guys so much for your time, is what is one thing that you learned about yourselves throughout this experience? We always try to end on a really positive note. And what's one thing that you guys maybe learned about each other as brothers, and like what are you going to take from the race moving forward?
I suck at the Greek alphabet. No, I'm just kidding.
No, positive thing, Tucker.
Positive, no. I mean, there wasn't, like, Eric and I have done and spent a lot of time and experienced a bunch together, but it was just what I learned about or relearned about him. I mean, he's just one of the funniest dudes ever, and also just one of, like, the greatest people at that are helping me feel good about myself. Yeah, that was a great thing.
I feel like about myself, I don't know. I mean, I love being able to face a challenge and look at it as an opportunity. Like, to me, this was a great sort of test of like, hey, how well can you deal with adversity and high stress? And I'm very proud of myself and how I handled those things. And so it was a good sort of test, and I'm glad. I think I passed that for myself. So
yeah, and he was kind of nervous leading up to it for some points. For
the first I didn't know how it was going to be with my first time on a TV show and with cameras in your face and whatnot. And so I feel like I'm proud of how I sort of met the challenge and adversity there. And then with Tucker. I thought that he showed a lot of emotional maturity, and he really impressed me with like how much he was ready to bob and weave and take the challenges as they come and adapt and be quick. We just had like the absolute best time together. In the hotels and the entire time. So.
Yeah, and it was a hard time going into it, so it was good to have him there. Out a bunch.
It was just. I think it just did wonders for our relationship. Like, we were already super close. We had already been through everything together, pretty much. But this was just like, we look back now and we're like, man, that was the best experience we've ever had. Like, that was so unforgettable, once in like 1,000 lifetimes. What a special.
Maybe twice.
What a just a special.
40.
Moment in time that I'll always cherish and never forget. And so, there was a lot of just kind of like reinforcement and, solidifying of our relationship versus like a whole lot of something new. But it was the best.
You are.
That's really sweet, guys. Thank you so much for coming on the Royalty and talking more about your journey on The Amazing Race. Simone and I had truly so much fun getting to know you guys on the race, but continuing our friendship after the fact. If the Lauriers have 2 fans, it's me and Simone. And if the Lauriers have 0 fans, then we're dead.
Travis had 2 fans, Derek and I.
Let's go. No, you guys are awesome. You guys are the
Yeah, you
best.
guys
You
are the
are
best, really.
such a pleasure to be with, and you
Always
guys
fun to be around.
radiate positivity and make everyone feel better about themselves and just about life. So thank you guys so much for your presence and for inviting
Keeping
us.
that glass half full, baby. Let's go.
It's all Simone.
Guys,
'Cause I'm
too.
honestly a pessimistic person.
No,
So
it's all four of us.
Hell yeah!
I like
Thank you
it.
guys so much again. It was lovely to see you. I'll see you in a couple weeks at finale. And for those who are watching, thank you so much for sticking around. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe to the Royalty and the Heavy Crown Network. And we'll see you next week for the next recap with our special guests. I'm trying to remember who gets eliminated. So you're not going to want to miss that episode. Thank you guys so much. Bye.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye.
Already issue more.